And we start again. So the thumbnail of this video is from yesterday, the Discord server session. So don't worry, it will be live. This is completely live right now. I'm sculpting very fast, as you can see, and this is the best head ever. By the way, yeah, I'm making the head, but then I will make the body immediately, because I want the neck to be out of the body, not out of the head. Usually when I make the head, I make also the neck. But in this case, I want the neck to be coming from the body, not from the head. And usually, by the way, it will be nice for most characters, because then the seam between the head and the body will be in a good place, in a good position. So that's why we will do this kind of thing. Making a character is difficult, I would say. You start with some spheres and you don't know what to do with them, and you are pushing them, pulling them, and nothing happens actually. And you are like, but how people are doing this? This is impossible. It's impossible to do a character from sphere, you know, it's difficult. Not impossible, it's difficult, definitely. For me, it's not that difficult, but in the beginning, as you can see, the first minute now has passed, and it doesn't look like anything. And it's a little bit discouraging. You say, I was working already for 1 minute and nothing, you know. There is nothing for the whole minute. This is not for me. And you quit. If you don't quit, actually, it will be better, because probably you will learn, and at some point you will start to get so much pleasure out of this. It's amazing. But yeah, many people quit, I think, in the beginning, because they say, oh, this is so difficult, this is not for me. It's absolutely not for me. Which can be true, by the way. If you're not willing to put time and effort into something, it's not for you, yes. And not everybody can become a sculptor. Why? Because they don't like it that much. If you like it, then you probably will be able to do it. When you like something, I always say, when you like it, then you will be able to put enough time and effort into it without feeling too much bad. And it could work. Yeah, this is his body, and it has to be thick, so we are doing that. Maybe inflate brush we can use sometimes here like this. But yeah, somebody asked last time, why don't you do a fat guy? Okay, this is your fat guy now. Are you happy? Fat guy is here. Now we can add another sphere, which will be his pants. They're not exactly pants. I'm not sure how they're called in the sumo world, but let's call them pants, because we don't have the word for them. At least I don't. Maybe you have, but I really don't know how they're called. Those things. I'm not that familiar with the sumo wrestling, and I don't have to be. I just need to be able to do this character, and that's it. Very, very easy. Very easy. Yeah. By the way, I have to look at the chat at some point, because last stream it was very funny. Last stream I was not looking at the chat for almost like maybe a little bit like 10 minutes it was in the beginning, and it turns out that my microphone was kind of off. And yeah, so if you look at the last stream, the first 10 minutes are without a sound. It's very, very funny. For me, it was very funny. I don't know for people that are watching if it's funny. Maybe it was boring, but still, there were like 100 and something people watching even without sound. So maybe I should shut up for a minute sometimes and let my skills speak. I don't know. Who knows? Nobody. So eyes, they are very small. Ears. Let's make some ears. Ears, as I always say, are very important for a human character. If you don't do them, I always tell this story. When I was younger, my grandmother was a teacher. So in the first classes, from 1st to 4th grade, usually they teach the children everything. So she had books for everything, and one of the books was for drawing. And I was learning there how to draw a human head from that book, and it was cool. I was sitting, I was learning, but the human head that they draw, at some point they added ears. And I said, but why they add those ears? Ears are kind of imperfection on the human body. You don't need them, so you should avoid them. And I was starting to draw people without ears, which was not exactly good because they don't look fine without ears. You have to have ears. That's important. And I know from there on, I know that ears are very, very important. Now, we will do, this is his chin here, and then he has the double chin below. So, yeah, and you can see I am using very low amount of geometry right now. And maybe some people will say, but this is too low. And yes, it is too low. But with this too low, I can concentrate on the overall forms. If I go higher on the geometry, no, it's not gonna be fine. I will maybe go into details a little bit, although I usually don't do this. I don't go into details too much, ever. not ever. For example, for the Dragon Girl course, which is this one, this is the figure from the course, of course, I went into pretty much a lot of detail. And yeah, for those kind of sculpts which are finished for portfolio and everything, I can go to a lot of detail. But for those speed sculpts, for practice sculpts, I don't need to do that. And I don't like it too much, going into detail usually. My best case scenario is to just do base meshes. This is the best for me. But of course, you that you're watching, you, yes, you, you, exactly you. You are not me. So you have to figure out what works for you and what is your passion, what you want to do. Even if it's not sculpting, it's fine. It's fine. You have my blessing. Even if it's not sculpting, even if it's cleaning toilets or whatever, I'm fine with it. It's fine. Of course, some people, their purpose in life is to do what? To lay down on the couch and watch TikTok or YouTube videos all day, and Netflix, and this kind of stuff. And that is not exactly okay, because for that, you usually will not be paid. If you're not paid, you will not get money. Then you will not be self-sufficient. When you're not self-sufficient, usually you are depressed. When you're depressed, usually you go to gambling rooms and you gamble. When you gamble, you lose a lot of money and you lose a lot of respect for yourself. And you know, also you can also with this you can also do drugs, because you lack self-respect. And when you lack self-respect, the world for you is not a good place. The world for you is a bad place. But when you get the drugs, it's suddenly the world is a pretty nice place, but only with the drugs or only with the gambling. So people, when they are getting addicted to something, usually it's because they're not happy. Happy people, they don't get addicted. They don't need that. They don't need addiction. They don't need to get out of this world, to get addicted to games, to internet, to like screens, screen addiction, game addiction, even sugar addiction that I have is because something is wrong with your life. And I have addiction, yes, sugar addiction I have. And I know that something is wrong. And I'm working on it, it's fine. But of course, we all can agree that sugar addiction maybe is not that bad as cocaine or heroin addiction. Although, I'm not so sure, but it shouldn't be that bad. Who knows? I'm spending too much time on this face, but I just want to do it kind of properly to be relatively nice looking face. And we need hair. of course. The body is almost ready, as you can see. It's amazing. But I'm not reading the chat again, so maybe there is something wrong. Let's see. Do you understand the word that's coming out of my mouth? Yes. If you're not paid, you're not getting money. That's very, very true, you know. Those are the basic truths in life, you know. The base truths. If you don't get paid, you don't get money. But sometimes you get money by stealing or robbing or I don't know, this kind of stuff, which also you can get a lot of bad karma and maybe a little bit of a jail time. Why not? Jail time will be cool for people who steal. Why not? I'm all for it. I'm all for the jail time. Jail, in my opinion, is a good thing. It could be a good thing for many people. Jail, yeah, very cool. Why are we talking about this? Because, yeah, I was giving an example how you can get money without getting paid, actually. And there are other ways, I guess. So, yeah, you can find some money. You can gamble and play lottery, which is also kind of a gamble. You know, playing lottery, many people think that it's not a gamble. But the fact that you are giving money every month, for example, to get a ticket for years and not winning almost anything, I don't know. It sounds a little bit like a gamble for me. And you're waiting for some numbers to be your numbers. I think it's a kind of a gamble. The problem with the gamble addiction usually comes when you're going actually in the middle of the night, even you're going to these gamble rooms like casinos, and you are having so much fun to drink alcohol there and gamble, because sometimes alcohol is free in this kind of facilities, just to make you feel at home, just so you can spend more money than you have. And that's amazing. I mean, those places are, wow. I haven't been in a place like this. I've been in a casino once, I think, although I was working in a casino. I was working in a casino, actually, in a hotel in the seaside here in Bulgaria, but I was not exactly inside the casino. I was working in the entrance of the casino, and I was making cards for the gambling people, mostly Jewish people, who are coming there and gamble. They are coming from Israel to gamble there, because in Israel, gambling is not exactly allowed. So they're coming to gamble in this particular hotel. Okay. I think I stepped inside the casino just once or twice. I'm not sure. I don't know. And then I was promoted, we may say, to watch the cameras of the casino. So I was watching this couple of monitors filled with little squares of cameras, and I was able to move a couple of cameras and to zoom in and out sometimes. And for example, the guys from the casino call me and say, zoom in this table to see in this guy. And I'm zooming to him because they have suspicions, and I'm recording him. And yeah, but still. So I know how the casino looks like. I know it very well. But I haven't been in the casino too much. I just watched it from the cameras. That's it. Very, very interesting. I have worked not very many jobs before I become a character artist, but there are certain jobs that I have done. I was a guard in the kindergarten, private kindergarten and a school in one of our sea cities, Varna, it's called. Okay, he doesn't look like the concept, but as we know, if you're watching my channel, it usually is like this. They don't look like the concept too much. But how much time? Ooh, 14 minutes already and we're nowhere. So, yeah, I'm talking too much and doing too little, which is, by the way, very common these days. Not only these days. A lot of people are practicing this kind of voodoo magic. Talking a lot, doing next to nothing. We are very good as people with this kind of thing. So I have to concentrate. I have to move faster. Because this needs to be done, you know. We need to do this character. This arm is looking great. Almost. Let's add the mirror modifier. What? Okay, I probably added it to the body. That's why it didn't happen. Now it's fine. And this could be also one of the legs. Why not? Let's make it. As you can see, those legs are just wow. So nice. Sometimes you just do it and it just happens, you know. And the legs, they came out amazing just from the start. And you know that I'm joking, of course, but they will be fine. Don't worry about the legs. We'll do them. We'll do the legs, no problem. Let's make his ass, because he has to have some ass. The sumo guys, they always have ass, which is pretty much exposed. Yes, I know, it's strange, but it is exactly that usually. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do with our guy too. Okay. We have to separate this, because otherwise it will be difficult. Now we will move this, so the legs are a little bit wider. This also we will move, and it will be cool. At least as cool as it could be. The legs should be very, very tiny, small. And maybe we should decrease the head size. Yes, we will do that. We'll decrease the head size a little bit, so he can look a little bit bigger, as in the concept. Maybe even more. Usually what happens is that I'm making bigger head than the concept. No, smaller. Usually I make smaller heads all the time. Now it is the opposite. So it's not something familiar for me. It's not a familiar place to be. Okay, we have all the things. The pose is relatively fine. Maybe we can push the belly a little bit forward like this, and the legs can go something like this. The ass can go forward a bit, and I think we are getting there. A little bit more ass, although we will not watch this guy from behind, but still it's a nice thing to have a little bit more ass. It's just for our own pleasure, you know. The ass is for our pleasure. That sounds interesting. Let's analyze those very great words. The ass is for our pleasure. Yeah, everybody can analyze them for themselves. I don't need to do that. And let's continue with the legs. This guy that made this concept is pretty good because it's working. I mean, it's easily made into 3D. It's not something hard. I know because sometimes, yeah, when I see a concept and I know, because I have a lot of experience, I know that it will not be very easy to make in 3D. And sometimes it's, if the concept is nice, even if it's not easy to make in 3D, it could be a challenge. It could be something that I like to do. Sometimes it's just awkward and not exactly a challenge. It's not exactly a good thing sometimes. So it depends on the concept. I want to be locked up with the Swiss jail. In the Swiss jail. I don't think being locked up anywhere, even in very luxury house or whatever, will be nice in the long term. Probably in a couple of days it will be interesting, it will be nice. But then you will realize you don't have your freedom, which nothing can actually replace. Freedom is one of the things that people are craving the most, and that's why the prisons are so effective, because they are taking one of your best possessions, one of the things you want the most, they're taking it out of you, and it's probably, for some people, the petty thieves or whatever, it's something like a slap on the face. So life is giving you this slap so you can realize that you are on the wrong path. And you probably should change that. This is something, you know, to think about. But for some people who are having very huge issues, for them prison probably is just a temporary thing, just something to refresh on their knowledge or whatever, I'm not sure. And then they're back in the path of problematic behavior, which is normal because there are people like that. It's normal for them. For us, no. For normal people, it's not okay. If I someday go to a prison, I will not be very happy, and I will try to never go there again. I am also now trying to not go there in the first place, though, which is smart. So yeah, I guess not going there in the first place is a pretty smart move. Yeah, we should check this out. Smart moves. Sometimes they are smart and also moves. Okay, let's make a big back and move those arms a little bit sideways. Here I'm remeshing, and then many people will ask, what keys are you using to remesh? There is always a question like this in the chat, so I'm just saying. Maybe there is now. I haven't seen it because I don't look at the chat that much, since I am trying to do this in less than 1 hour. And if I have to do it for less than 1 hour, I shouldn't be distracted that much. Okay? Yes. So, yeah, be careful. Now, so there is always a question. How do you remesh? With what key combination? So, the first you have to press R, then move to set your polygon size, and then you click and press Ctrl R to apply transformations. Easy, but you have to know it. I realize that many people don't know the shortcuts, they don't know the workflow, and that's why they're like, but how can you do this? It's not all about shortcuts and workflow. Of course, in sculpting especially, it's a lot about anatomy, knowledge, and working from concept knowledge also. It's not all roses and something, yeah. As you can see, it's starting to look not exactly ultra bad. Even we can say it's looking kind of fine. For how many minutes? For 23 minutes we have an overall 3D sketch of the character and the forms, shapes, main shapes of course, not details. They are there. So we can continue. By the way, symmetrize. Thank you very much. I forgot to turn on the symmetry, and that's a problem sometimes. And it could be a problem. Now it's not, because I know how to deal with it with symmetrize. But if I didn't know, then it could be an issue. Sometimes little tiny fixes here and there, just pushing, pulling, can be pretty beneficial. That's why I'm doing it now. Losing time, but beneficially. Let's add more geometry to the body, so it's more smooth. Because when it's not smooth, it looks not smooth. Oh. Jagged edges. Now, if you want to make a strong character, but fat, then you have to push a little bit here, this kind of to separate the front. This means that he has muscles below, and they are almost visible in the middle, because this middle line usually is pretty deep. And even with the fat around it, yeah. And he has probably visceral fat, which means he has fat below the muscles, inside of the cavity here. And when you have muscles like this, when you have fat like this, visceral fat, then around the organs of the body, then you can have a belly, big belly, but also you can have a six-pack, even visible. This is, for example, all the big bodybuilders. They have pretty big belly and they have six-pack. Why? It's not all about the visceral fat, I guess, but it's kind of there. I mean, the visceral fat should be there because of the steroids and everything. There are certain reasons for that. And steroids, by the way, are pretty dangerous stuff. So be careful when using them. I'm not saying don't use them. Everybody can decide for themselves. We all have something, which is very important, by the way. So listen carefully. We all have something with which we can decide what to do in our lives. It's called head. Yes, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's a head. Inside the head, you have this organ, which is called a brain. Everybody has that. Everybody who's alive, actually. And when you have this head with this inside, which is the brain, then usually you should be able to decide what to do in your life. To take steroids or be healthy. To take drugs or be healthy and happy. To go to gamble or be happy and not broke. Those things, you know, interesting decisions. Interesting decisions. People are just, they have to do it with the help of this very underestimated organ in your body, the brain. Yeah, I know. I know it sounds absolutely counterintuitive, but believe me, it is like that. By the way, I'm not sure that this is correct here to make the clavicle bumping up in the end, because he is pretty fat, he has a lot of fat, and the clavicle could not go that much, could not be that visible. It's visible mostly on females or weak, kind of, not weak, but people who doesn't have too much fat. They may be not weak. I know people who are pretty strong, although they are skinny, you know, but you know, even stronger than me, but pretty much skinnier, much skinnier. I have some muscles, but as I said, there are people who are just naturally strong, even without huge muscles. Okay, how much time do we have? We have, almost half an hour remaining. Very nice. Greetings, the thumbnail shows you have already made it. The result was great. Did you made it in 1 hour? Around hour and 10 minutes I made it without speaking, which means that if I have to achieve the same result, I have to spend more time because I'm speaking now. But we'll see. We'll see when we will take it. Maybe I will not make it that detailed, or I will not make the render, or whatever. We'll see. It doesn't matter. But I will leave the thumbnail to fool people that I actually made this beautiful piece in 1 hour. I don't know, we'll see. Thank you everybody for watching. I mean, we have 142 people, which is not super huge for my channel. There were times when people were watching, like 300 people were watching, but not anymore. I don't know. These days, not many people are interested in this type of stuff, but it's fine. Let's make the legs a little bit tinier, because now they look a little bit too big. So, smaller. Scale them, push them up, and make them thicker like this. Now it's a little bit more like the concept. The concept is a little bit like caricature, and that's what we're aiming for. It's stylized, it's caricature, so we're aiming for this type of look. How much a 3D modeler earned a month? I don't know the question. How much 3D modeler earned in a month? How much? Interesting stuff. But of course, the question is how much 3D modeler can earn in a month. It depends how good you are, where you live, and what company you're working for, or what kind of freelance you're doing for. So it can range from $300 a month, it could be, to up to, let's say, $10,000 a month. But of course, as I said, it depends on your skill level, and how well can you sell yourself, because that's very important also. Not only your skill level. I know people who are very good, but they're earning less than people who are not that good, but they can sell themselves very well. So it depends on many factors. Have you ever tried the 3D Connect 3D mouse? No, I haven't. Thank you, an intelligent design for $5 donated. I'm Australia's leading publisher of comic books and manga. Do you take commission work? I'd like to see you sculpt a few of my characters. Keep it up. Yes, I take commission works, but mostly if I like it, and mostly if it, yeah, I will say it. It's embarrassing, but if it pays well, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. You know, that's the truth. I cannot lie. It's difficult for me to lie, actually. I don't also like to lie. There are a couple of things. I don't like to lie. It's difficult for me to lie because I don't have practice. And yeah, mostly those things. It's not good. So yeah, usually I take commissions, which means freelance. I take if the work is pleasant for me. So usually stylized characters, comics characters, muscular guys, sexy girls, these kind of things I like to do, to make. Monsters also, of course. So for comic book characters, I think I am very well suited, yes. But it depends also on the money and on the quality desired. Sometimes people want a huge quality and they're not willing to give enough money and stuff like this. So yeah, it depends. But for people who want to learn more, contact me in Discord. The link to my Discord server is in the description, and in the Discord server I'm there, and you can DM me, which is DM what in my youth it was PM, private message. Now it's DM, direct message. So it's the same, I guess. Private message, direct message, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Nico, I watch your female sculpting course again, is the best. Probably still I would agree that it's the best. Yeah, I know it sounds very modest. I'm a very modest guy. But it's still, I think the best course for female anatomy is my female anatomy course. Yeah, many people will say, but why don't you do it in Blender? Again, I will have to say it. It's an anatomy course. It doesn't matter what program, it's in ZBrush, yes, but the program doesn't matter. What matters is the anatomy knowledge, forms, shapes, tips, tricks, whatever I do in this course. And that's what it's important. The program doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. The program. I'm sorry, but the program didn't matter. Sorry. Sculpt face look a little bit Trump. Yeah, because he's always shouting and stuff. Yeah, I know. Did you watch UFC 302? Not yet. The last UFC I watched was 300. So now I have to probably watch 301. Although I'm not sure I will watch it because there is nobody interesting there. I'm waiting with much anticipation for Jon Jones to fight again. Because this guy is very good. And many people say that the only one who can beat Jon Jones is Jon Jones. And he has proven that, by the way. Yeah, because he was having problems with his behavior and other stuff with the law. So actually he was beating himself, and yeah. But we'll see. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's reign is forever, except for this guy from Dagestan, Nurmagomedov. Yes, his reign is forever because he quitted when he was on top. Many other people like Anderson Silva, the Spider, and other people, they just didn't quit when it was time, and they were heavily beaten, and yeah. Hey Nico, did you watch Furiosa already? No, I haven't yet. What do you think about working as a character designer on the Fever platform? I'm not sure. There is a lot of competition there, and most people in the fever, I imagine, I haven't watched exactly what's happening, are not as good because you see, imagine a good character artist, what he will do on fever. He will not be a competition there because he will ask for much more money than the fever clients are willing to pay, although he will give much higher results usually. But usually a very good character artist, he will have jobs without any fever and everything. He will be known and he will be respected and people will give him work. So he will not need fever or miver or beaver. Even beaver, yes, he will not need beaver. Yes, I know, it sounds absolutely insane, but he will not even need beaver. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Nico, I command a large gaggle of crows and they all have YouTube accounts. I will bring... Okay, bring the crows here. Let's see how we can do this. Amount of crows. So how the crows have YouTube accounts? That's very interesting, by the way. Crows with YouTube accounts. Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. Fake views usually don't mean anything, you know. Yeah, when views are fake, I know a guy who said that he can make my channel reach 100,000 subscribers in 1 week. But this is stupid. Why do we want to do that? They are not natural subscribers. Also, there's possibility you can get caught and get banned. That's just, you know. But many people are thinking about their YouTube channels as something to bump their confidence and their ego, which in turns makes them want more subscribers just for the subscribers' sake or whatever. I don't think it's a good idea. But of course, again, my opinion. My opinion, don't worry about it, it's fine. Okay, we have some thing. How much time do we have? Okay, 20 more minutes. For 20 more minutes, what can we do? Actually, we can do the pose. Or at least we can try to do the pose, why not? Okay, first, we need to select the arms, apply the mirror modifier, separate this, select it and move it up, and here, something like this. A little bit here, probably it will be nice, yeah. And maybe we can rotate it, move it. Okay, let's leave it as it is for now. Then we can select the body, get off our symmetry, and start moving it around like this. Of course, it will take some time, but it will be worth it because post character usually possess much more charm than not post one. So when you're doing character for portfolio, when I'm reviewing portfolios, I sometimes say that even characters for games, it's good to pose them before you put them in your art station. Just, yeah, it will take 1, 2, 3 hours more, especially if you have to do it properly, but it definitely will make the characters much more appealing. And I think the goal when you're making a portfolio usually is to gather clients or to show yourself in the best possible light, which means you have to put a little bit more effort. And that's it, yeah. Let's try now. Oops, no. Try now to do this. The arm. Okay. Shift here. Rotation. Shift here again. Rotation again. And this way and this way. Probably this is kind of fine. Let's move it a little bit this way. And it turned. I don't know why. Because it's stupid. Sometimes there are stupid things. His hand or arm has to be a little bit more upward. but I think I will leave it as it is right now, and we will fix the hand itself, and we will see what we're gonna do. Every time when you sculpt, or when you pose your character, especially high poly, but also low poly, you have to afterwards sculpt on it. You never want to leave it as it is. Sculpt, rotate, move around, see what's wrong, because there will be wrong things, believe me. There will be a lot of wrong things. So just make sure you are sculpting after the fact, after the pose, not leave it as it is, because you will regret it for the rest of your lives. No, probably just for a little bit of time, but you will regret it. You have to make additional changes after the pose. It's never good initially. Just believe me when I'm saying that's the holy truth. Sometimes I'm saying this is just my opinion, but in this case it's not just my opinion, it's just the truth, we may say. Not many people are writing. I don't know why, but it's fine. But now John Jones is old. Prime John Jones is gone. I don't know. The last match he won, so probably he's good. Kruтой дядка. Yes. Love your videos. I have watched all of your game ready course, and I was laughing when you did retopology on the chain because it gave you a hard time. Yes, definitely this was maybe the most I've cursed in my videos was when I was retopologizing the chain of the character in YouTube. In my other YouTube channel, if nobody knows, if somebody don't know, I mean, I have another YouTube channel which is not for streams. It's usually for normal videos. But there I have a whole video series about making a ready game character without rigging an animation, but with retopologizing and other stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking a little bit, that's why I don't speak exactly fluent, but sometimes some things are a little bit difficult for me, and my brain has to go has to concentrate more on that thing instead of speaking, and I'm starting to speak bullshits probably, but and I don't realize it because my brain is busy with other things. Yeah, not many people can do what I do, working and speaking at the same time. Especially if you're a programmer, probably it's impossible. But for artists, it's a little bit more possible. You know people that are doing that. Maybe not as fast as me, although I'm not considering myself the fastest out there. Maybe one of the fastest, yes. But I'm sure there are people who are pretty fast also. So compared to them, I am probably as fast as them, or maybe a little bit faster to some, who knows. Nobody knows, because we don't know everybody. If we knew everybody, then we will know. This is pretty awkward, by the way, and I said in the Discord when I was sculpting this yesterday, because I was sculpting this yesterday, that's why the thumbnail is ready already, for those people who are wondering. I said that making the hands this way is, I don't recommend it. But for fast results, I'm doing that. If I have to do it properly, I will definitely make separate fingers. But for fast results, it's kind of okay. As you can see, it's working. For slow results though, it also can work. But for very slow results, it's not good. So if you want very slow results, this is not the way. No, it is the way because it takes a lot of time to, to do this, to go here and make each finger individually, stuff like this. It's not very, very fast, as you probably can see. And you can imagine even. By the way, when we finish this, after, let's say, 20 minutes, I will answer probably all of the questions in the chat, and then we will stop. So it's gonna be fine, don't worry, your question probably will be answered. If you have a question. If you don't have a question, if you just want to say, thank you, Nico, for your courses, they're very good, although we have to pay for them, so go to hell, you crazy bastard. You can say that, no problem. Yeah, you should make your courses free, you greedy bastard. Something like this, if you want to say, no problem, say it. It's fine, everybody has the right for an opinion. But as you know, my courses are in the torrents also, in some torrents. So I don't think this will be a valid curse, if we can say. But of course, as I said, everybody has to have a right to say their opinion. Back in the days, in the communist times, especially, I wasn't born there. In the 60s, early 70s probably, what I'm saying was not true. Not everybody has right to say opinion. If you say something against the state, against the president, against the party, who is ruling party, I mean, there were concentration camps, or they were calling them working camps or whatever, and they are putting you there. And if you are more famous, you have more followers, we may say, if you are a writer or something, and you have done numerous of this, speaking against the party, you may disappear forever. And by disappear, you don't disappear actually. They just kill you in this camp, and they just dispose of your body, give it to the pigs or whatever. So you actually don't disappear. So don't be afraid. It's fine. It's not that bad. They just kill you. So yeah, and who kill you? They are not the guards. The guards don't kill you. There are inmates, very, very violent crimes inmates, who are tasked for the killings. So yeah, they are there mostly because they have to do this kind of political murders. So yeah, interesting times. I'm glad that I wasn't born at that times, but even if I was, I'm nobody. Nobody will do anything for me. If I was doing what I'm doing today, and if there was internet back in the days, then probably I would be in trouble, because I'm speaking against sometimes against the government, sometimes against other people's governments even. Sometimes I'm speaking against the Russian government, which is not good. I have to slap myself to the mouth. How can you speak against the great Putin? You shouldn't. He's great. He's much greater than you, Nico. Why? He's Putin. You are nobody. Yes, I know. So I will just, be more careful in the future. Hopefully and gladly, we are living in more democratic society, and everybody has a right for an opinion, and they can say whatever they want. Even people who are pro-Putin in our society, they have right for opinion. In Putin's society, people who are not agreeing with him, they don't have right for opinion, usually. So that's the difference between the West and the East, kind of, if we consider Russia East. Yeah, but Russia is even more East than Bulgaria, so yeah, although we are Eastern Europe here. So yeah, interesting things. I'm just speaking because I don't have anything else to do, as you can see. Just speaking my thoughts on certain issues. Okay, now we have put this black thing, good. Now we can put some other thing also good, like this. No, probably, let's try this color. Wow, this is too much, but it's fine. It's fine. This is ridiculous, by the way, this position of the hand here, but in order to fix it, it will take a long time, probably some references and stuff, so I will leave it as it is. Why? Because I can, since it will not be visible in the thumbnail here. So we will leave it as it is. This will be the thumbnail of this video, and that is what will be visible. So we don't care, actually. Amazing, right? Love the hands already. Yeah, but I don't quite love them. They're good for just the thumbnail of the video. They are fine. So we will leave them as they are. This is a sphere, which most people know that I do for eyes. And usually that's how I do eyes. Sometimes in my streams, I just leave the eyes from the main mesh of the head. But it's not correct. It's not good. Since this will take you just a couple of seconds, up to a minute, to put them, probably it's a nice idea to just do the eyes like this. And then when you're ready, you just adjust the eye area and make it look correct. Now I will get this color and make the eyebrows, and then we will have to get a little bit warmer color and make some other things. But before that, I will add a little bit black around the eyes. They will look better this way, here, and inside the mouth. Okay, then I will take... There are a lot of tweaks that can be done for the head and everything, but as you probably know, all of you, it's a question of time, so we don't have that time. We don't have the luxury of time. We have to be quick or be dead. Or just not be dead. I don't know. It's a complex thing, you know. We don't know. By the way, in this case, I will try to put the red on the areas that are in shadow, kind of. The shadow areas to be red. So here in the bottom, red. Here in the bottom of this, red. Mostly there. And some other areas, just to have variety. But mostly there. Okay, I think he's looking relatively nice already. But I want to show you something else already. Lately, I was doing some blend shapes in Blender, and it's pretty easy to do blend shapes in Blender. It's very easy. In ZBrush, it's also easy. But in Blender, I will show you how it's done. It's very interesting. Maybe I can do another video only for the blend shapes in Blender. But now I want to just show everybody how the blend shapes are actually done. Easily and cool. Now, this will be his upper teeth. Shift D Z, push them down. This will be the lower teeth. Why does he need teeth? I don't know. It's fine to have some teeth, you know. It's cool. Teeth are usually fine. And the eyes. Let's apply the mirror modifier. Then take the black, this black. Why not? And just make them like this and like this. You see how it started to look a little bit more like the concept. Maybe a little bit more dark here will be fine. Yeah, a little bit. Cool, and maybe a little bit sharper area here. I'm pinching this, so it's a little bit sharper. Then I will smooth it. I don't need it to be super sharp. I just need it to be a little bit sharp. Okay, he's looking like the concept already. Yeah, kind of. As I said, in order to make it completely look like the concept, we need a lot more time than 1 hour. But usually what we do here is 3D sketches, so it's fine. Should be absolutely fine. Now, how much time do we have? We have only 7 minutes more. I will not be able to show you the blend shapes inside this 1 hour, but we will make the video a little bit longer so I can show you kind of some blend shapes. But before the blend shapes, we can go to render. And then we can go here, ambient occlusion. Let's see it with a little bit more ambient occlusion. It's looking great. Now I will select it and add a material, which will be with the base color attribute. Good. Now I'll select everything, Control L, and link materials. This has to be white, so let's go and make it white. And yeah, that's it. Mostly everything is fine. This looks cool. Now, I guess this looks pretty cool, even now. But when we put the light, it will not look so cool anymore. I know, it's fine. Let's add an area light just to see. Usually I add sun, but in this case I will try to do it with area light, big area light, because he doesn't have to have harsh shadows. So big area light should be working on him with a lot of light. Then we will rotate this light and put it into position, like here. Maybe I'm stuttering. No, it's a simple model, so it's not making my video card go mad. It's cool. By the way, this is looking fine. The legs are a little bit dark, but it's not bad. It's kind of fine. Let's just move it like this here. Then I will put, of course, as always, one rim light from the back, from this back here. Rim light with 5000. And this rim light will be a little bit more blue. Blue rim light from this position. Good. The rim light should be smaller, I think. Let's see. Too small. Yeah, the smaller it is, the sharper everything will be. Okay, good. Now on this one, usually we want to go to shadows and just add contact shadows. It's just fine to do it. But overall, he looks kind of soft, which I don't think it's a bad idea. Looking soft, it's fine. For this particular model, I think it's cool to look soft. Now, this, I think 1000 we will try. But as you can see, 1000 is not working for this character. It's starting to burn. So 500. 500 is relatively great. Let's see. All right. I think it's fine, but there is one thing missing. Shadow on the floor. I will do it, not properly, but in some way, by just placing one big ass. Big ass. Not, I will not place a big ass. Many people will say, but how do you place a big ass? No, big ass plane I will place. Not just a big ass, you know, don't think about this. Big ass is not exactly what I will place. I will put this, okay. And then I will select this, this, and this. You don't see them selected because I don't have this on. But since I kind of know my stuff, I can do it without this. And add more things. Yeah, the problem here is with the rim light. The rim light is so strong that it's making problems. But it's fine. It's fine. We can even, yeah, let's do something stupid now. Select this rim light, Shift D, move it, and turn it around like this. So it will lighten the back and it will be fine. By the way, my Blender is not the last version. Now we have 4.2 alpha, in which in Eevee you have ray tracing, I think. It's very interesting, but I don't have it, so yeah. It's it's not very nice. Why? Because it's not very bright. It needs to be brighter, but when you get the light brighter, it mess up the character. So let's try to do something else. Let's make it smaller. With the bigger, we have more soft lighting. With the smaller, we have more sharp lighting. For this character, I would say soft lighting is better, but the ambient, I would say it would be nicer to be more warm color and a little bit more of a ambient like this would be appropriate. Yeah, now it looks relatively fine. It could be a little bit brighter in some areas. So in order to make it brighter, I will try something. I will duplicate this light, make it smaller, and put it around here. But no, it burns it. When we say something is burnt, when we start to lose the overall shapes, and now it's burnt, it's not good. So it's not fine. This one is absolutely not good. Now it's fine, but we don't have too much shapes again. So maybe I will go to color management, curves. I will use the curves, and I will try with the curves to make it a little bit brighter. Let's see if I can be able to do it. And you can always disable the curves and enable them to see the effect. but I think it's better with the curves. It's a little bit more contrasty. Of course, it's subjective sometimes. Some people will like it with the curves, some people without. We don't know. Let's leave it as it is. Now, what we need to do is this thing, shade smooth in the back, and the face. Let's try to make some interesting blend shapes. So, 1 hour. For 1 hour we are finished. The character is finished. I mean, the 3D sketch of the character is finished. We don't have save, by the way. I will save it. Sumo stream. Because the last one was sumo test. I was testing in the Discord. Now we have this. This doesn't look super nice, but we will make some shape keys. So first, you go to this data, object properties, whatever. Then double click here, the plus, to get basis in key 1. On key 1, you increase the value, and now, hopefully, we will be able to do it. I'm not sure I was... Yeah, I'm here. Now, we will make him smile. Let's make him smile. Inflate this area. Just sculpt smile. Make sure this value is on 1 here, and then we can make him smile. And we will see what will happen. We are not losing the main shape, so you don't worry about that. We just make him smile. Of course, it will take some time. It's not like you can do it for 5 seconds. 5 minutes probably, we will be able to do something that looks like a smile a little bit more. And now we can actually blend, because this is a blend shape. They're called shape keys here, but actually blend shapes they are. And we can blend between the shapes like this. Oh, 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 what a nice looking girl. I have to go and meet her. Something like this, you know, it's interesting. And then we can even close his mouth. For example, get this out, plus another shape, get it to 1, so we can work on it, and then we can try to close his fat mouth, his mouth, I mean, his mouth. We can close it. We can mask this area here in the bottom, and when we mask the bottom, we can move the top like this. And he's looking very strange. Hello? What's happening? But it's interesting because, you know, yeah, we can, of course, release the mask and then go and make sure he's looking more normal. Maybe inflate some areas like this here. Maybe add even some muscles in here, like this. He's a little bit sad, but doesn't matter. He can get... By the way, when you mix 2 keys like this, it could get strange. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it gets too strange. But it's fine. It's very interesting. Thank... minus. What? I didn't expect this to happen. Range minimum. Okay. Good. And now... mama, So yeah, you can do a lot of interesting things. Maybe not exactly animations, but yeah, actually you can do animations. You can make animations here, because those keys, they can be animated. So actually it can be used for animation. I'm not sure this is the best way to do animation, but it's, I think, one of the fastest ways to do facial animation for a character, if it is high poly. If it's low poly, it will be difficult because you will not be able to smooth it, to make some changes like I'm doing now. Mama. And we can make a lot of more. Okay. We will leave it like this. I'm just showing you the basics of those shapes stuff. Looking good for 1 hour. His smile is scary. Yeah, because we haven't spent too much time on it. But let's see what people are saying in the chat, and just answer some questions. This was the overall sculpting phase, so if you want to go, you can go now. To eat, to sleep, whatever you want, it's fine. It's fine. Let's go. Who cares about the number on the screen? It's the people and the community. Yes. Do you play Dota 2? No, I haven't. I know the game, but I haven't played it. This character needs a bra, probably yes, but it doesn't have in the concept, so I don't do it. I shall bring the crows later this week. Okay, good. I'm just watching. Good. Inshallah, the crows will arrive, Nico. Okay, good about the crows. Hi, Nico. Greetings from South Africa. Hello, South Africa. Here, I'm a professional game artist since 2020, so for 4 years, even less. I think I'm quite strong in 2D. How many works should I have in portfolio to get 3D job? Will 2D work help me in any way in getting work? No, the 2D work will not help you get job in the 3D. You have to have 3D jobs, I mean 3D portfolio pieces. But since if you are good enough in 2D, if you are a good artist, 2D artist, then it will be much easier because you will know anatomy and shapes, design, and you will be able to sculpt better. You will be able to learn very quickly just the program, and then with couple of sculpts, you'll be able to do nice characters. That's what I'm noticing, at least for artists who are from 2D to 3D. I'm the same. I was 2D artist before. Can you sculpt both hand at the same time when you pose it different? It's kind of possible, but not quite. There is possibility, I think, but when you remesh it, I don't think ever there is a possibility. Once you remesh it, they shouldn't be. But we don't need to do that. I mean, it's... And I also don't know exactly how to do it if there is a pose made with a mask or whatever. I think there is a possibility, but I'm not completely sure. This is not possible in Blender. Yeah, some guy told you that it's not possible, but who knows. Hello, Nico from Italy. Your videos are very motivational when I don't feel like drawing. But when you feel like drawing, they're not motivational? I don't know. Maybe. But thank you. Probably some 16-year-old Chinese kid who is faster than anyone. Yeah, probably. Yeah, not 16, maybe 30 years old, but still. You know, with practice you get faster. Asking for free courses is not paying for your knowledge and skill. Rude. Yeah, I'm joking, of course. Yeah. I love the hands already. Thank you. My man is a master of craft, of his craft. Your courses are priceless. I bought 2 already, and I will buy more. Yeah, expect later this month, I mean maybe tomorrow, I will send a promotional mail for everybody who has bought even 1 course from me, from Udemy. And it will be boring because I have no course. I don't have a new course this month, so it will be again for the Dragon Girl course and the promo code for this course. Oops. Yeah, I'm showing nothing. Now I'm showing something, I think, yes. Yeah, it's a pretty good figurine, and yeah, it came out better than I expected. Some things didn't came out well. For example, the sword. The sword has something here in the concept and in the model, but it broke out because it was very thin, this area here. I will probably thicken it up and give it for printing again, but we'll see. Okay, like and share, guys. Yeah, there were 200 people, now 200 people watching, which is pretty cool, right? You don't have to share and everything, you don't have to bother people. If people like something, this something will gain popularity, it's inevitable. If they don't like it, everything is organic, you know. If they don't like it, it will not. Here, what shortcuts you use to switch objects in sculpt mode? I forgot. Alt Q. Yeah, probably people are telling you. Alt Q. I've been working on Fever for 5 years as a character designer, and I can't exceed the amount of 1,500 per month dollars. What do you advise me to increase my income? In order to increase your income, you have to increase your asking price, obviously. You know, you are asking for, let's say, $5 an hour or $10 an hour. If you increase it to $15 an hour, you will make more money. Or you will get fewer jobs, which also is a possibility. So increasing the money is, you have to increase the quality and the price, most likely. Both. If you increase just the price, I don't know. Maybe people will start to not like you anymore. I don't know. Nico, how does it feel to be the fastest sculptor on YouTube? I don't know, because I don't consider myself the fastest sculptor on YouTube, since we don't know that, you know. That's not... and even if I knew that I'm the fastest sculptor on YouTube, how should I feel? I should feel pride, or I should feel my ego pumping. You know, fastest sculptor in YouTube doesn't mean almost anything. The better sculptor, make better things, that means something. And better things, they take time. So faster sculptor usually will not be the better sculptor. Ah, I found the piece for the sword. This is the piece that the sword is... Yeah, it was broken, but I will glue it up. Yeah, I thought I lost it, but it's here. Okay, good. Are you interested in studying tattoos and how they morph on the body? As a tattoo artist, I enjoy your content for the anatomy knowledge. Thanks, Nico. Yeah, I was thinking about becoming a tattoo artist. I was a 2D artist before, and I was having nice thoughts about drawing on people's bodies. It sounds pretty cool because it's kind of permanent. It's not exactly permanent, as we know already these days, but back in the days when I was younger, it was kind of permanent. So it was fine, but I didn't get there. I didn't. Could somebody help me get ZBrush for free? Probably. Nico, do you plan going back into the gaming industry? Not for now, but if at some point opportunity came, there was these guys from USA. They were talking with me about the possibility to become a lead character artist for their project. But I don't know, they probably liked somebody else or whatever. It didn't happen. But something like this probably will be nice for me because it will push me to get even better. And also I am already kind of good in giving feedbacks. And to give feedbacks is not about just giving the feedback. It's about observing the mistakes, observing what's happening and what's wrong and what's good. That's what it's about usually. And for example, this model, when I look at it now with a new eye, because I haven't looked at it for a while, I see that it has some issues. For example, the head can be adjusted a little bit better. In the concept, it doesn't have teeth. I have teeth, but I don't think this is a huge issue. His arms are a little bit bigger than they should be, but that's not a big issue also. There are not too many big issues overall. It's overall looking kind of great. For 1 hour, because this took me exactly 1 hour to do from a sphere, as you saw in this video. Nico, sir, if somebody is very good at sculpting like yourself, will automatically mean one is good with drawing as well? No, it doesn't mean. You know, sculpting and drawing are something like doing push-ups and compared to running. You know, I can do 40 push-ups in one sitting, just 40 push-ups, which is great. I mean, it's fine. So I'm relatively good in push-ups, but when I start running, I can run for, let's say, 200 meters and I'm gone. I'm dead. So it's not the same, drawing and sculpting. You can be a very good sculptor, but in drawing you are like very average or even less than that. I know people, I know one friend of mine, he's a very good sculptor. He's amazing, very good game models he's making. He's very precise, but he cannot draw because he wasn't drawing when he was young enough. And then he became sculptor. He knows anatomy enough. He knows clothes and folds and everything. Face anatomy very well. But he cannot draw, actually. If he starts to draw, he will learn and he will get very good in drawing pretty quickly. But he's not good now, you know. Why not sculpt in a T-pose using your knowledge from a non-T-pose? image, then do a faster armature to pose. You know, fast armature doesn't actually exist. Working with armature will be much slower than posing with masks, for me at least. You use mouse or graphic tablet for this. I use for all sculpts, not only for this, I use One by Wacom, which is a graphic tablet made by Wacom. It's called One by Wacom. And don't make a mistake with Wacom One, because they obviously, I don't know who thought of those names, but Wacom One is a display tablet. One by Wacom is their cheapest normal tablet. And I'm using this cheapest normal tablet, but not the cheapest version. There are S and M version. Somebody said it in the chat once. And I am using the M version, which is the middle version, which is the bigger than the S. S is small. But small is also good. I mean, if you can find, if you're a beginner and you want a tablet, go to your site. For example, OLX is the site that works for second-hand goods. OLX is in Romania, Bulgaria, I think even India has OLX. And in there you can find One by Wacom tablet for very low amount of money. Be careful which one it is, because S version is cheaper, M version is a little bit more expensive. But usually you should find this tablet for less than $40, around $40 probably. If you find it for less, it's your luck. So it's a good, very good tablet for this amount of money. Shape keys are easy to use, yes. I'm using mouse sometimes, but only for modeling. For sculpting, no. You're giving some surface scattering, that'll look awesome. But you know, when I change the color of the background light, of the ambient light, it kind of turns out it has some surface scattering. Is that a sumo? Probably yes. You can use light linking with cycles, so you can remove back plane from that light. Ah, okay, but in cycles. I'm not using cycles usually. Cycles is too slow for me. I'm speed char, you know. I like things to be speed. And Eevee is the best render for me because it's real time. Make it brighter. Yeah, I know, brighter is better. Can you somehow turn sculpting brush tool painted object into permanent texture? Sculpting brush tool painted object into permanent texture. If you so, can you show how? Into permanent texture, you have to bake the vertex color, because this is when you paint it in the sculpt mode, it's a vertex color. So you have to just bake the vertex color to a texture. You have to have a model with UVs, so you can bake the texture. And you can do it in Blender or in Substance Painter. I usually do it in Substance Painter. You could add contrast, brightness, note to make it better. Probably yes. Make him shiny, but yeah, he's more shiny in the concept, but yeah, it's fine. Maybe we can just a little bit. Let's try. With the material, we can go and just decrease the roughness, but not too much. It's fine. It's cool. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Okay, shadow on the floor, exactly. His smile is scary, yes. Not all time you can put all the same, like in 2D, the angle and forms don't work in the same way. This can be done absolutely the same. I mean, if I spent like 2 more hours in this, I will be able to make it almost completely like the concept. Of course, the face will not be symmetrical because his mouth is a little bit on one side, but it doesn't matter. It can be done. Now it's a little bit further from the concept. My model looks a little bit taller, probably because it's not that wide, and there are other stuff, but it doesn't matter. Alright, you can use shape keys as driver to make top-notch animations, probably. Mama. These live videos are so informational. Sometimes they are, sometimes not so much, but this was informational. Saludos de Argentina. You are inspirational and very funny. Thank you very much. This is the best one by far. Thank you. You're cool, dude. Thank you. You look awesome today. Handsome today. I look handsome today. But so yesterday or the day before I didn't look handsome. That's what you're saying. I don't know how to take that, but thank you. Привет из России. Привет вам тоже. Nico, how do you deal with destructive criticism? Depends from who it is coming. I have some friends who are character artists. In some things they are better than me. So when they make destructive criticism on my works, I take it seriously and I say, okay, it's fine. If they are, if it comes from somebody that I don't know or somebody that is not character artist, usually I don't take it at all. So it's fine. Do you ever do a low poly? Not so much, but I have a stream here in this channel where I do high poly, low poly, and baking in 1.5 hours, I think, for one dinosaur. So you can check this out. It's with high poly, low poly, UVs, and baking all in 1.5 hours. Very speed. Love your tutorial. Thank you very much. How do you test exocyte quad remesher? Do you think automatic remesh enough for topology? The quad remesher is enough for topology sometimes. But for more complex characters, it's not good. Is it FDM or resin? It's resin. No, FDM. What? It's a liquid polymer that's hardened with laser or with light. I don't know if it's FDM or resin. Probably resin. Are we ever going to get a realistic proportional mare character in Blender course like the one you did for next 2 years ago? Huh. So, superhuman anatomy doesn't work for you. It's not in Blender, yes, but it's human anatomy course, so you should be fine. Anyway, you're a really good artist. Thank you. That was quick work. Thank you. Greetings from Moldova. Love your videos. Oh, hello, Moldova. Nikush, you should make a video where you give top tips for ArtStation portfolios. I do that all the time because, if you follow this, I do almost every second video is for ArtStation feedbacks on ArtStation portfolios, and I always give tips. But you mean top tips? Yeah, probably I should do a video about top tips. Will you ever do one-on-one mentoring? I have done that in the past, but it's pretty expensive, so most people just don't like it. It's too much. Hi Nico, why is that important to make a character from sphere or use base mesh, for example, ZBrush? Of course, for the portfolio, did they reject you because of using base mesh? No. Most professional artists who are working in the industry, when they start working of a character, mostly not stylized but realistic, but also a little bit stylized works, they start from a base mesh with very nice topology. So they start from this base mesh, they subdivide it, they work on it, and they keep the lowest subdivision for a low poly, and then they have a good topology for the face because they are doing it from this good topology mesh, and that's how they save time. But in my case, I just like to work from a sphere, and usually for more stylized or cartoon characters, it's better to start from scratch, not from a base mesh. Нико, какъв интернет е най-добър за стриминг? 100 megabit. I guess the guy is asking what kind of internet is best for streaming. 100 megabits internet, it's enough. I think it's completely enough. Hey Nico, have a nice day, my nice guy. Thank you very much. That looks so good. Thank you, Nico. Do you think I should retopology the models I made for my portfolio? Do you think it's necessary? Yes, it's very necessary to have very good retopologized models ready for rigging, because people usually are searching for that, usually for games. Most works for a character artist are for games. That's why you should have game models in your portfolio, in my opinion. Can you add a little SSS on the skin? I was adding this in the last model and it was not working so great. What's the best way to learn how to make characters' body? To make characters' bodies, a lot of them. Nico, how do you deal with creative blocks or writer blocks? I deal with them by just doing nothing, usually. Haven't you thought of making character creation studio and delegating the work to your team? No, I haven't. I don't have this kind of dream. Many people have dreams to make a studio, to hire people, to make a game. I don't have that. I speak Spanish. Good for you. Then I had to give up my 3D work for a long time due to financial problems. As a result, I haven't practiced 3D for 1 year and 3 months. Now I feel empty and I'm afraid to try 3D again because I'm afraid. Yeah, but if you don't try it, you will never try it, you know. So, yeah, that's 8 or failure. What advice could you give me? I cannot give you advice on this topic because it's only you can decide. If you wish to be lazy and unhappy, just do nothing, you know. That's my advice. Love, you are the best artist I've seen. Your speed and wits lives are very entertaining. Thank you very much. One day you can sculpt a character from Street Fighter if you want. Yes, definitely. Retopo Rig, no. Namaste, brother Nico, it's Steve from Barhat. Again. Always. I miss the live sculpting, okay? Nico gave us some tips on clothes. Someday, maybe. How to sculpt cloth. Yeah, when you see my courses, all of them, if you go to my ArtStation page, I will go now to ArtStation page to show you. This is my ArtStation page. And you can see I have some courses here. In the store especially, in the store page. A lot of courses. And some of them has clothes. For example, this guy has some clothes. And I'm talking about those folds and the other fold. So you can, you know, maybe I will do a character with more folds in the future, more clothes. This one also have. Lobo has some folds in his tank top, and the jacket also has some, and his pants also have some folds. And I'm talking about the folds when I do them. So yeah, I have actually some. I concentrate on anatomy, but I also, when I have to do cloth, I'm talking about it and I'm saying what's what, stuff like this. Okay. Okay, we should finish this madness. If you were to learn sculpting all over again, how would you learn? I probably would learn a little bit faster because when I was younger, I was working in the industry already and I wanted to improve my anatomy knowledge, and I wasn't studying that much. I was studying hard for like 1 month of a year. So only in the springtime. Springtime, something happened for me, always in the spring, and I'm starting to learn anatomy, practicing, stuff like this. And then, for example, a project came, we have a lot of work, I don't have time to study, and I just leave it. And that's it. I'm just joining now. Okay, what you do for eyes when you sit too long in front of the screen? Yeah, you cannot do nothing. You have to just take rests and make exercises for the neck, for the back, for the eyes. Otherwise, you will have headaches. That's, yeah. I'm a 3D artist, but not specialized in characters. Could you give me a feedback on my Behance portfolio, please? Maybe if you post it in the ArtStation portfolios in the Discord server, which link in the description, by the way, if you don't know. Maybe someday. Nico, I will find you. And what will you do when you find me? That's the question. Nico, do you think it's a good idea to have 2 different ArtStation accounts, one for stylized and one for realism? No. I think one for 2D and one for 3D is okay. One for environment and one for characters is okay. But one for, if they are characters, realism and stylized doesn't matter. I think in one account it will be fine. Hey Nicolay to show, I'm from Turkey. Hello, merhaba. Hello, which games are you playing? Favorites? Fallout series mostly, and Ghost of Tsushima също is very nice. Nico, in ArtStation, is it better to have a sculpt on your own concept art or a sculpt of an expert concept art? That's the answer of this question is always one-sided. Never sculpt your own concepts. That's my opinion. Except if you are very good to the artist. If you're not very good to the artist, when you sculpt your own concept, it will become something bad, usually. Where can I get ZBrush for free? I'm too broke to spend $900 a year on ZBrush. Torrent sites. Goodbye for now and see you later if they don't ban me for saying torrent.